Welcome to Tough and Tender. I'm your host, Ric Drasin, along with my beautiful co-host, Ina Tuler.
Hello again.
I'm not quite sure who the tough one is or the tender one here. Sometimes she can be very tough, and I'm always very tender. But we were talking on our last show about what we want to talk about, New Year's resolutions. Because in the year 2013, the beginning of, we always start off with resolutions, and by February, March, they kind of forget, and by the middle of the year and the end of the year, they're never followed again. That's the end of them. So then the New Year's comes along, you make new resolutions, and they're always pretty much the same thing. Either stop smoking, stop drinking, lose weight, watch your diet, get some exercise. They're very standard. So we were speaking the other night, we were talking, what do we want to talk about resolutions? And always comes up with good ideas, and I listen, and I put my 2 cents in. I didn't have 2 cents, so I threw a nickel in, and she gave me change. So we came up with 5 resolutions that will work for you that we think are pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, we can call it resolutions. We can call it a new way of thinking, new way of looking at life, and making different decisions.
New lifestyle.
New lifestyle.
Now, don't be closed-minded because you're never going to get anywhere. You got to think outside the box. I always am a believer that you think outside the box, you try something new always seems to work, it gives you a better attitude, and you end up being successful.
It might not work, but then you know what's good and what's not bad.
Exactly.
If you don't try, how do you know?
Exactly. It gives you a balance of where to draw the line. Our first resolution for you, and we always live by this as well, is find good qualities about your significant other and always praise them. You can never say too many nice things to somebody. You've just got to find that thing and just do it, right? Right.
Don't concentrate on the negative. Oh, he didn't do this, and he didn't take the trash out, and he, didn't look at me right, and he didn't do, but, there's always something good you can find about your partner. He bought flowers. He made coffee in the morning.
Or he brought eggnog ice cream.
Eggnog ice cream, exactly, or a little something. There's always some good quality. Or he's a great driver. He's always on time. It could be little things. Putting the soap in the right, back into place after the shower, or the toilet seat cover, up and down. And stuff
I always leave it up for you.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
I know.
So it could be little things, and you praise them. You make a point to make it known. Well, thank you, honey, for doing this. It was really nice of you.
Yeah. In other words, don't take it for granted. If somebody does something nice, you let them know that. But there's always good qualities. I mean, I wake up every morning, and I always try to find good in everything. I even tell my dog how wonderful he was during the night that he didn't wake me up. And he appreciates it. He gives me he's so happy about it. And so, and with Ina and I mean, we've never had, we've always find something nice to say.
Always
and it's just there, it just comes out. So always find something nice about your partner and let them know it. They appreciate it. It'll keep your marriage, your relationship alive. And the same thing with your kids. Your kids, you can't always scold them. You got to tell them good stuff too, because they're going to feel like they go through their whole life being yelled at, and then they resent your parents after that. And so it's not a good thing. Always find something good that they did and praise them on it. Right?
Amen.
Thank you. All right. Now, we got another number 2 resolution. This is a big one.
This is a big one. Never go to bed without resolving a problem. If there's a problem, you have to talk about the problem. You have to see how you figure it out, how you solve it, how you make it better, how you don't carry it to the next day, because it's not going to resolve by itself. You keep it in your stomach, then you're going to wake up in a stomach ache, and it's still going to be there. It's never going to go away. So try to get in that mode before you go to bed and talk about it and take it apart, but come up with an agreement. You can agree that you disagree, but at least come up with some kind of equation that you can wake up in the morning and take it from there.
It's very true, because I've seen couples, they go to bed, they argue, and they get up in the morning, it's still the same argument. They walk into the kitchen, they don't talk to each other, they're still mad about the night before.
It only gets worse.
It only gets worse. It's like a fungus that grows, and it just knocks that relationship down, 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 down.
And the makeup sex doesn't help.
No, makeup sex doesn't help, because you still got the problem. Yeah. It's good for like the first 3 minutes, and then you're done, and then it's the same problem all over again. So maybe 4 minutes, okay. So we'll stretch it out a bit. But there's always a solution to everything. I've learned over the years that I don't like to walk around mad, angry, and if there is an issue, there's something, it needs to be talked about. Got to talk about it.
I agree.
And it's the same thing in business. In your business, you have problems all day long with solutions you have to figure out. If you go to bed and you wake up with a fresh mind, you can solve them.
To bed or back from the office or anywhere, you just solve it. You have to come up with a simple solution to difficult problems. That's my motto.
Yeah.
And there's always a solution. And in many cases, you have 2 solutions. Then that's even better.
Or 3.
If you're good, you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, number 3.
That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Spoil your partner. Find little things that they like and spoil them. Pay attention to what they're trying to show you. Pay attention to what they like, what they don't like, and surprise them with those little things. And it's attention. It's all about attention, and they love it. I do.
You know, I've learned that from being with you. Quite a few changes when it comes to that. I know the things you like. I mean, I'm learning. And there's still a lot of little things that I'm finding out. But it's made me a better person for doing things for you.
And I get all excited when
you
show it.
I mean, it's a simple thing like last week when I brought over the eggnog ice cream because you never had it before.
Never.
But I knew you wanted it, and I stopped and got it, and I brought it over because I knew it would make you happy. And it made me happy to be able to do it. So it's the same thing when you...
It's giving is receiving, isn't it?
Totally.
This is it. This
totally.
Is right there.
You give to somebody else, you feel better, and you've received a thank you and a praise that makes you feel like a king because you did the right thing.
And you're happy because someone is happy. And it's important to you to see someone is happy. It just reflects the happiness back to you. So keep doing it.
More ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay.
With flowers.
We can't do that after the first. That's less of the sugar.
Well, that's a different show.
All right, it's a different show. All right, number 4, spend quality time with your children. I'm not sure I like the word quality time because any time should be quality when you're alive and you're with anything. Everything needs to be good quality, but you need to spend time with them. So many people slough their kids off and they tell them this is adult talk, don't listen, you don't need to say anything, you're too young, you don't need to know. I don't believe in that. I've always listened to my children, I respect what they say, I've learned from them. Sometimes they come up with great ideas that I didn't think of, and I'll let them know, thank you for that input, this really helped me, and they may feel great. You
know, time is something that you possess, you have, and a lot of times you don't want to give. So if you spend time with anyone, partner, children, parents, this is something you can't take back because the time is already spent. So it's the biggest gift that you can give to someone that is important in your life is your time.
Absolutely. And you know, when people say they don't have time,
make it.
They can make time.
Make it.
There's a lot of time during the day that's downtime, and you can find 15 minutes or 10 minutes or an hour or a half hour to sit with somebody and listen to them and talk to them, and it gets you pretty far in life when you do that. I've always been able, as you have with your girls, to spend time and enjoy them and talk to them and have all kinds of conversations, open conversations where they feel comfortable talking to you, and they grow up to be really good adults from that.
And you can set it up. You can find 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there. Go to dinner, go to lunch, get up a coffee, watch a movie together. It could be any kind of activity that you can make. Just spend it together. Yeah, I mean, I like to go to dinner with my daughter once or twice a week. I always make sure she picks up the check because it gives her responsibility of knowing how to pay a bill. It makes her more of an adult. Speaking of money and picking up the bills, number 5. That's yours. Okay. Put a budget that includes savings that will not take away from your daily life. Even if it's $5 a week, you got to reward yourself. For example, when you make a certain amount of money a week, take a percentage of that. Take $20, $30, whatever you can afford to do. And hide. And hide it. Don't remember where you put it. Under the mattress, like my grandmother used to do. It'll accumulate. By the time a year goes by, you've got a lot of money put away, and you don't even know you have it. So it's rewarding yourself. It's a forced savings, and if you put it in the bank, you'll gain not much interest, 1%, so it's not a whole lot, but save it. Save it. You know, my mom used to hide money from herself in different places. I mean, every time she changed different places, she put it in a different book and under the pillow and a different closet, and she couldn't remember. And I talked to her on the phone several times because I can't find it. I know I had it. I don't know. And then at the end, she finds it and goes, "Oh my gosh, I saved so much money." Where have you seen that? Where have you seen that recently? Somewhere around the house. With me? In the shoe. In the shoe? Come on. I found like $5,000. I put it away. I didn't even know I had it. I mean, I do the same thing. What a surprise. I said we all ate that night, including the dog. Exactly. It's funny because I'm like a squirrel. I had a therapist say, you're like a squirrel that hides their nuts everywhere. I hide my money everywhere. I have it in all these different places. And literally, I forgot where it was. Well, the point is, though, budget is budget and money is money. And a lot of times, and we had that show before, there's a lot of times issues with relationships and money and stuff like that. So if you put money aside, it's always good to have it. Right. You know, it could solve all kind of different problems or emergencies or surprise presents you want to buy. You suddenly have that money to use.
It's exactly what I've always said. I told you that because there's things that come up throughout the year that they're costly, and I know I had the money put away, and I use it, and then I just put it right back again. Next year the same thing happens. I can always reach for it. It's right there. But I know so many people that something comes up and they haven't got $20 to even go to dinner. I mean, come on, you're in your 50s. You haven't got $20 to go to dinner. Why? Why didn't you plan for the future and put money away?
It's a lack of planning.
Yeah, it's a lack of planning.
Remember the 5 Ps?
Tell me.
Perfect planning prevents poor performance.
Exactly.
You can't beat that. That's a rule.
And then
that
reward.
Could be your tip of the week.
Yeah, that could be actually. Reward yourself as well. You know what? Go out and buy yourself something nice once in a while. You've told me that so many times, and now I can't stop spending.
That's not true.
Oh, it isn't?
But you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it.
Enjoying it.
Don't look at my shoes. I have the other ones on. But it's true. It's nice to buy yourself something once in a while. You've earned it. You deserve it. You do it. There's many years went by that I didn't do that. I just kept putting money away because I didn't feel I need anything.
Well, it's not only that. It could be all kind of different motivation. It's something that stimulates you to do it. You know, you want to renew. You're motivated to look better, you get feedback. Like for me, when you dress up differently and nice, I said, "Oh my gosh, you look so hot," and that's right there. That's a key. One of them.
That's very, very true. I'll wear that sport coat again one of these days. So the tip of the week is reward yourself. Put something aside. Tell your partner that they're wonderful, nice things about them, and keep your relationship. We talked about that last week, about the spark in your relationship. But tell your kids as well. Give them, reward them. Tell them something good once in a while. People want to hear the nice stuff, not the negative stuff. Start your new years off right. I had just posted on Facebook, I'm getting rid of all my deadwood in my life. There's people in my life, they're friends over the years, who drag me down. They're always negative, and I've tried to help them. I don't mind helping people. I love doing it. But it has pulled me back the other way, and I can't have that drain on me anymore. So the tip of the week this week is start your New Year's fresh, reward your family, reward yourself.
Do good. Do good.
Yeah.
Do good every day. Do some kind of a good thing, and only good will come back to you.
Exactly.
So that's the formula.
Now I want to remind you we're going to be on vacation for the holidays.
Oh,
But
wow.
we'll be back January 10th for our show Tough and Tender, and we'll have all new subjects to talk about, and I think you're going to really like it. But stay tuned for that, and then go to emPOWERme.tv and see all of our past episodes over the holidays. There's a lot of good information there, and I think you're going to like it. And Ina's just been a wonderful co-host, and we're going to plan a new year, have all new stuff for you, and we look forward to seeing you starting back on January 10th at 12:30 on emPOWERme.tv. And thank you for watching.
Happy holidays and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hi, I'm Ric Drasin, Tough and Tender. I'm here to answer all your questions on dating, relationships, the good side, the tough side, the tender side. Every Friday, 1 p.m. on emPOWERme.tv. I'd love for you to subscribe. I'll be here. We'll be discussing relationships and dating and all the good, the bad, the pitfalls, and the ugly of it. Stay tuned and watch me next Friday, 1 p.m. emPOWERme.tv. Subscribe now.